What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of
FORNEVERNEWS,
the only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related, and we don't bore you. We get into it. Let's do it.
made my mistakes, but it's time to grow up. Can't keep blaming everybody else, gotta own up to my stuff.
Okay, people, and before we get started, I just wanted to give a little bit of a shout out and show a little bit of love to my homie Hazem. A couple of weeks ago, I traveled to New York to help his dream come true of recording a record and releasing it in an official studio and all that jazz. So if you could please take the time to check it out, link in the description below. I think it's called Let You Go. Yeah, he put his heart and soul into this, and we, I think, made a pretty awesome banger. So would super appreciate you showing some love. I think it might be out on Spotify and Apple Music by then. If not, either way, you could check the links in the description below of his video to see where it's at. But yeah, super appreciate all the support, and again, shout outs to Hazem for making his dreams come true. And of course, don't forget about The Rise of Tim Roosevelt, out now on all streaming platforms while I got you here. But let's get into the stories, people. And first on the docket, we got a couple of pieces of Attack on Titan news. Now, the Attack on Titan manga has been over for, I want to say, what is it, 2-3 years now? Probably 2 years now. And since then, we've pretty much just been living off of the anime, even though the anime has been, extended beyond belief from the final episodes, the final chapters part 2, final chapter special, all of this stuff. But nevertheless, it's been with the anime, and we're going to have some news regarding the last installment of the anime here in a second. But before all of that, manga fans have kind of been like, okay, it was an incredible journey, for better or worse regarding the ending, but for the most part, you can't deny that Attack on Titan was an awesome series. But I always assumed, to be honest with you, that at some given point, there was going to be a part 2. Like, I just felt like there was going to be a continuation to the Attack on Titan manga, and this upcoming news with this announcement might very well be either a sequel or a sequel spin-off of sorts for Attack on Titan, and it's about right on time because I also predicted years ago that if there was going to be a part 2, that it would probably come about right around the time that the anime was closing up and wrapping itself up. And, well, here's an announcement. Attack on Titan new project announced. Placeholder title, Shingeki Fly. New information about the project will be revealed on October 4th, 2023. Now, without getting into spoilers, don't worry, you will not be spoiled if you have not read the Attack on Titan manga. All I will say that something within that title, Shingeki Fly, is kind of pointing towards something with the ends of Attack on Titan. Again, I'm being as vague as I possibly can, and that leads me to believe that this announcement is potentially going to be some sort of either sequel spin-off, or it'll be more Attack on Titan. This is Attack on Titan is hands down the biggest property that Kodansha, the publishing company, has ever had, period. Shueisha has, the Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Dragon Ball, and all of that stuff. Kodansha, they got like Tokyo Revengers, Blue Lock, Seven Deadly Sins, and Attack on Titan is over 100 million copies sold. It was a phenomenon like you've never seen before, to the point that the anime is still going. And yeah, I have no doubts that if this is a sequel spin-off series, that people are going to go crazy regardless and read it. Like, it's still going to be massively popular because Attack on Titan, it has that, magnetism towards it, and I'm sure a lot of people will love it, especially considering, again, the way that it ended. I have no doubt in my mind that this could very well be a sequel. Now, I guess I want to pass the question off majorly to you watching this right now. Are you up for, whether you're an anime watcher and you're getting ready for the finale, or you're a manga reader that read the manga and read the finale a few years back, are you down for a sequel to Attack on Titan's manga following the events of what wraps up and transpires in this series of Attack on Titan? Me personally, for the most part, I'm here for it. I'll be honest with you. Like, as time has gone on, I've kind of come around a little bit towards my feelings towards the ending of Attack on Titan, and in general, life was kind of lit when Attack on Titan's manga was going on, so I'm here for it. Yeah, why not? If this is indeed an announcement that's going to come October 4th for Attack on Titan Part 2, then let's get it, because that'll be major, that'll be exciting. Hajime Isayama hasn't drawn anything since the end of Attack on Titan. I'm sure the author and him and and the artist in him is itching to kind of do something. And if he does come back with a part 2, or maybe he comes back and does like a Kishimoto, how Kishimoto did with Samurai 8, how he was doing the storyboards and writing it, and somebody was doing all the line art and finishing it all up, maybe that'll be plausible as well, because I also understand the rigorous labor behind drawing manga, even if it's monthly. So we'll see. But yes, Attack on Titan new project, placeholder title Shingeki Fly. New information will be revealed on October 4th, 2023. It could very well be. I guess let's also temper our expectations that this is not, a continuation of sorts. This could be, a multitude of different things. This could be a movie announcement as well. So let's also keep that in mind. Let's not be 100% gung-ho, but I wouldn't be surprised. And since we're on the topic of Attack on Titan news, we do got some more stuff Attack on Titan related to talk about here. Because Attack on Titan, the final season, part 4, second video. Oh my god, that just almost gave me a headache. Second video has unveiled the finale's November 4th premiere. Very interesting. A month after that Shingeki Fly announcement, we're getting the finale of the Attack on Titan anime. Like the true finale. No more after this. The final part of, I believe it's supposed to be like an hour-long special similar to the last one we had. It says here, the official website of Attack on Titan, the final season, Shingeki no Kyojin, the final season, Kanketsu Hen anime, revealed the second promotional video for the Attack on Titan, the final season, part 4, titled The Attack on Titan Final Season, the Final Chapter Special 2 by Crunchyroll. Oh, what are they doing? This is the worst titling in the world. I remember people used to make fun of the Dragon Ball Z movies because in Japanese, the Dragon Ball Z movies are not like, Dragon Ball Z Tree of Might. They'd be like, Dragon Ball Z, please somebody rescue Gohan immediately, he's in trouble. Like, that would be the titles of the Dragon Ball Z movies. And this Attack on Titan special takes the cake. On Tuesday, the video announced the anime finale's November 4th premiere in Japan alongside a trailer, and I have no doubt in my mind that Studio Mappa is going to put the bells and whistles onto this one. This is the finale. They've been working on this for, what is it, like 2 to 3 years now after taking it from Studio Wit. So I'm massively excited about this, and just in general, it might be a good time at the very least for this last couple of months to be an Attack on Titan fan. Big announcement November 4th, a lot to come, but I guess we gotta wait and see. But yeah, the trailer looking spiffy, I guess you would say. Moving forward, a little bit of drama with anime fans, or shall I say manga fans, being not so good people, because apparently Kodansha has announced that the manga artist Nyan Factory, creator of the new Smoking Cat Girl comedy Yani Neko, is receiving a lot of harassment on Twitter and other places online, and Kodansha will be taking legal action against it. So there's a manga author from a series that people are just bullying very heavily, and they're going to be going after these people that are bullying this. And I ain't gonna lie, it's a slippery slope when you do these things, right? Because sometimes there's like, maybe something that is obviously problematic with a work or in general that it kind of lends towards, I don't want to say necessarily like harassment, but definitely for some criticism. And the thing about it is, let's just say if this is legitimately like, they overdoing it, they're harassing, they're bullying, they're doing all that stuff, that's one thing. But that also lends for the next time maybe an author doesn't appreciate backlash or criticism, and maybe it might be totally warranted, they could try and flip it that, oh, I'm being harassed, and this could be, the seedling, so to speak, to trying to attack criticism, to trying to attack people having opinions on works. Again, I'm not familiar exactly with all the details of, the levels of harassment and the levels of, I guess you would say, bullying that this author has undergone, but nevertheless, that's where it kind of gets a little bit of slippery-ish, where it's like, yo, if this author is getting some very unfair treatment and people are really doing some horrible things to them, then that's one thing. But again, next time, let's just say an author does something that is, horrible, or there's just something inherently really bad that they did, and, fans speak out about it, who's to say that they won't start threatening legal action in other avenues as well? So, bit of a slippery slope. I mean, my heart goes out to, and I wish nothing but the best for this author, Nyan Factory, because it's kind of like, yo, dog, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a manga author. They go through a living hell breaking their back. So, on one half, I'm like, totally understand they don't want and they don't deserve harassment and bullying. This is where things can escalate to, them utilizing this tactic in the future. Like, imagine when Attack on Titan ended and, a lot of people had some criticisms, a lot of backlash, so to speak, towards the ending. Imagine if Kodansha was like, nah, we ain't having that. You ain't talking bad about Hajime Isayama. We're taking legal action on you. that could be a problem, and stuff like this could be the seedlings to making stuff like that a reality. So just something to keep your mind open on. Yeah, harassment against authors is never okay, but when it goes into this route, just keep your eyes on it is all I'm saying. Moving forward, a lot of updates for the One Piece live action series from Netflix. Y'all already know, in case you don't, it has been a massive success. I'm currently still watching through it. I think I'm like 4 episodes in, and I ain't gonna lie, it's really freaking good. I'm really enjoying the crap out of this thing, regardless of any criticisms I may have. Ultimately, it's a good product, and so much so there's been so many announcements as of recent as to the future of the One Piece live action. For starters, One Piece season 2 has already been written, and filming can begin when the studios finally give writers and actors fair deals. In case you don't know, there's a big strike that's going on for actors, writers, all sorts of different things that is happening right now in Hollywood, and yeah, everybody is just kind of on standstill. Productions can't move forward until they are greenlit that, yeah, okay, we're gonna go ahead and give some sort of deal or come to an agreement so that the writers and actors and everybody can get their fair share of compensation for the works that they put in. Because yeah, Hollywood has been taking some wild measures. You know, some of the stuff really that concerns me heavily is the talks of AI, of you know, digitizing the likeness of an actor via AI and then using it for, you know, all of eternity, and there's nothing that this person can do about it. I think that that is the most disgusting and weird shit I've ever seen, and I don't think that that's okay by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, until that gets sorted, there won't be a continuation, but I'm imagining it's only a matter of time before they finally come to agreements. And yeah, One Piece season 2 is already written, ready to go, which is dope. That means that more than likely it's been written, and they were just like, hey, if it gets greenlit, great. If not, you know, it is what it is. And considering the fact that people like the first, you know, season very much so, then that means that it's probably going to be somewhat in the same vein as season 1, and ultimately there could only just be room for improvement based off of the feedback that they got for season 1 when it comes to season 2. According to Variety, Marty Adelstein, CEO of Tomorrow Studios, has stated that they have already scripted season 2 of the live action. PS President Becky Clements said season 2 could be ready somewhere between a year and 18 months. We could be ready for air. So yeah, we could definitely be seeing this thing. Like, if tomorrow the writer's strike got solved and everything was over with and whatnot, we could immediately be like, okay, boom, 1 year from there we will have the One Piece live action season 2. My concerns as well is the longer that this takes, the longer it's going to take for season 2, and the more, I guess, different the actors are going to look. Mind you, this series is going to have to last for many, many years, and these actors are going to get older and older, and they're still, you know, having to play 17-year-old Luffy and stuff like that. We might have a case of, you know, what's happening with Stranger Things. I think there was in between a couple of seasons, or between a season, due to the pandemic, the actors couldn't get back to work, and it was kind of noticeable of how much they look different. We don't want that to be the case with One Piece, where, you know, Inaki Godoy suddenly showed up like, yo, what's good, dog? I'm Luffy. So we hopefully get this sooner than later. And in other One Piece live action related news, live action One Piece series tops Netflix global English TV rankings in second week. Netflix revealed on Tuesday that the Hollywood live action series of Eiichiro Oda's One Piece manga once again ranked at number 1 on Netflix's global English language TV rankings in its second week on the service during the period of September 4th through the 10th. The series had 19.3 million total views, with 145.7 million hours viewed and an average runtime of 7.34 hours. The show ranked in the top 10 in 93 countries and ranked number 1 in 73 of them. It ranked number 2 in the US under Virgin River Season 5. By comparison, Virgin River Season 5 ranked number 2 on the service's global English language TV rankings with 68.5 million viewers, 9 million hours viewed, and an average runtime of 7 hours and 39 minutes. And yeah, I mean, there's no argument here. Like, One Piece live action is a global success, and it broke a curse that nobody thought was possible. They did an incredible job of the marketing of this thing from ground levels to the top. Like, they did their thing. And here's one more piece of information that might shock you about the future of the One Piece live action. Apparently, the One Piece series plans at least 6 seasons with Eiichiro Oda. However, they're hopeful of making 12 seasons. We've had an extensive conversation for season 2 with Netflix and Oda, and other less accomplished ones for season 3 through 6. So they got at least 6 seasons planned with Oda, and they want to take it to 12. The thing about it is let's get those 6 seasons. Let's get all 12 with Oda, though. Like, if, we have 6 seasons with Oda, then they're like, yeah, season 7, Oda said, nah, I'm good. Yeah, we're going to start having, Arlong returns, and now he's in a relationship with Nami or something. Like, let's not go down that route, Netflix. You're going to piss off a lot of fans, and it'll be the end of it. And I could see some dumb stuff like that happening if you remove the guy that is probably pivotal in making this thing what it has become, and making it likable, and making it enjoyable, and just in general making it a good One Piece product for fans. Please, if you got 6 seasons playing with Oda, make sure you keep in mind that no, we're going for the 12, okay? Like, not just 6, because yeah, you got to make sure that you keep Oda on board, keep Oda happy 110%, and in general, this needs to be with Oda at the helm at all times. We do not want to go to a route where Luffy is all of a sudden learning how to swim, Nami's with Arlong, I don't know, Zoro left the crew to join Blackbeard. Like, we don't need all of that nonsense. Let's keep it together, people. But this is a beautiful thing to hear that it's so successful, and Oda's so on board for at least 6 seasons, and they're planning 12, which you figure they've been cutting things and whatnot. 12 seasons might lead up to where we're at right now, if not maybe a little bit more. So crazy stuff. And again, hats off to Eiichiro Oda and all the actors that put this thing together properly with the passion that they've shown for this thing. Shout outs to Emily Rudd, just incredible depiction of Nami, Inaki Godoy as Luffy. Everybody involved has just been doing their thing. But yeah, there might be up to 12 seasons of live action One Piece, with 6 of them having Oda. Damn near guaranteed, I'd imagine. Moving forward, quick update, especially for parents. I'm sure you would want to know this, that Roblox is coming to PlayStation this October. I know my kids, all of them, love Roblox, especially my 6-year-old. She is a Roblox fanatic. So she probably is going to tell me for Christmas, yo, Dad, I want a PlayStation so I can play some Roblox. So just a heads up for all the parents out there. They're doing this. However, I did want to also add an addendum to the story. I don't have the article pulled up, but I did read this, that apparently Roblox was trying to do something that I'm not that comfortable with. Now, I'm imagining that for younger audiences, people that sign in as, hey, I'm, 5 or 10 years old or whatever, they probably have a separate section and different servers of Roblox on there. However, I heard that Roblox was planning to add a 17 and older dating service where people could actually kind of link up and have relationships and stuff like that on Roblox. And if that is the case, then definitely my kid is probably going to be moving slowly but surely before that launches off of Roblox, because I don't think, honestly, that just sounds kind of weird and creepy that you would put a dating service on a game that is notorious for having nothing but children on it. I don't care if you're putting it for 17 and older. That's still going to allow for also the creeps and the weirdos out there, hey, this is perfect opportunity. So definitely something for parents as well. If I'm going to give you guys news that it's on PlayStation, which is a big thing for the kiddos, I also got to give you guys an update on something that I, seen coming through the pipeline, that if they are allegedly planning to launch this dating service for 17 and older, watch your kids. Make sure what your kids is doing and who they're talking to, and on their phones, on their gaming consoles and all that jazz is appropriate and on the up and up, because yeah, Roblox is hey, it's a cool thing. You're putting it on PlayStation. Why not? Making it more easily accessible. But then with a dating service, no, my child will not be on Roblox when that shit goes down, if it goes down, unless there is extreme preventative measures to make sure that, yeah, my kiddo isn't going to be, rummaging around and stumbling into creeps and weirdos out there. So just something to put out there for the parents, something of a concern that I have, that while Roblox is expanding even further, they're doing weird stuff like that. Why? And then 17, shouldn't it be 18 and over? What are we doing here, Roblox? Get it together. You're going to lose a lot of people, because I'm not the only one. I'm sure there's a lot of parents out there that are going to be oh, y'all doing what now? Roblox dating. Oh, my kid is off of there, and my kid loves Roblox, and I'd hate to have to get her off of that, game, but if it must come to that, it must come to that. I'll buy my kid a PlayStation and just no Roblox on it. It is what it is. So we'll see what's going on there. Hopefully some parents speak up and get them to stop this nonsense, because not cool. Moving forward, just a quick update. Apparently, Crunchyroll's COO, Brady McCollum, leaves the company after 15 years. And now I got to imagine that this might be somewhat stemming from the whole purchase of, Crunchyroll by Sony, because Sony, a few years back, they bought Crunchyroll, they bought Funimation, it's under their umbrella now, and probably what happened was during the purchase, it was like, hey, so while we're transitioning over and we're taking over with our employees or whatnot for the next couple years, usually the case is that they'll leave the current staff on board and training and showcasing what they do and how they maneuver to new people that they're going to bring in. And probably Crunchyroll's former COO that left after 15 years probably was already told, like, yo, a part of the deal is for the next couple of years, you still got to stay around and teach and showcase what you guys do here. But yeah, that's probably more than likely what is going on there. And either way, I'm curious what the future of Crunchyroll is going to be the further away we go from what it's been. It always is a scary thing to think about, that the further we move away from like the roots of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like Crunchyroll started off as a freaking pirate site, you know what I'm saying? But even like 5-6 years ago, Crunchyroll was definitely a lot more user friendly. It was a lot more involved in the community. They would have events and fans would go out. Like it was a different environment, a different time. They would have people more involved. Now it kind of looks like it's going more corporate. Now it looks like it's getting, further and further away from the original vision. Likewise with Funimation, that Funimation pretty much damn near doesn't exist anymore. So it's something, I guess, to keep an eye on as well. When the original people are leaving, that means more change. Will it be for the better or worse? Only time will tell, but just figured I'd give you guys an update on that. Moving forward, a piece of news that is rocking the Dragon Ball fandom all over is the fact that they announced that there's going to be a massive event for Dragon Ball Super, apparently Thursday, October 12th, between 12:45 and 1:45 p.m. Empire Stage, delivering the latest information on the world-famous manga and anime franchise Dragon Ball. They'll be talking about new developments in the Dragon Ball series, along with a mysterious new teaser, and also the appearance of special guests. And I believe that is going to be taking place at New York Comic-Con on October 12th. There's going to be a mysterious teaser, and a lot of fans are saying this has to be it. This has to be the return of the Dragon Ball Super anime. It's coming back. That's probably going to be a teaser for the next, series or whatnot. And honestly, at this point, that could very well be the case if you think about it, because the Dragon Ball Super manga, for example, over the last, 4, 5, 6 months, has pretty much been in not filler, but has been readapting the superhero movie. It did a manga only, I guess, prequel to the superhero movie with Goten and Trunks. It did a lot of different things that wasn't in the movie, and it kind of, for the most part, stopped in its tracks what it was doing with having these really hype arcs. The Moro arc was phenomenal. The Granola the Survivor arc was phenomenal. Like, there was a lot of really epic stuff, epic transformations, and all sorts of things. And if you think about it, the fact that they pretty much kind of stopped with new material heading into this Dragon Ball Super anime return, it would make sense, because if they were in the middle of a new arc right now, then that would be one more big, long-standing 2-year arc that needs to be hitting the anime whenever it does finish up. But since there's kind of pretty much, what would you say, like 2 to 3 completed arcs, like it depends on if they're going to readapt the Broly film. Like if they readapt the Broly film, then that would mean we have the Broly film, that would be an arc, the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, which I don't want that at all, but you never know with them. Look what they did with Battle of Gods and Frieza's Resurrection last time around. But we could have the Broly movie as an arc, Moro as an arc, Granola the Survivor as an arc, and the Dragon Ball superhero movie redone as an arc as well, alongside with the prequel stuff that the manga did too. So there's a big possibility that that's what the plan is, considering that the superhero movie, that's pretty much already, they don't got to even worry about the superhero stuff being wrapped up in the manga. That's done. Likewise with Broly. All they have to really work on as far as new stuff is Granola the Survivor and Moro. So if this is going to be the big reveal that fans have been waiting, which I can't even believe it, that it's been 5 years since the Dragon Ball Super TV anime went off air. Ever since that big tournament arc or whatnot with the universes clashing and all that stuff, like it's been 5 years. It's so crazy. Like life has flown by and changed dramatically in the last 5 years. But it's been 5 years since the TV anime of Super has went off air. I think now is as good a time as any to bring it back, bring back the hype, and hopefully get the manga back on track too with a new arc of, past the superhero stuff, unless this is going to be the finale of Dragon Ball Super with superheroes, content, because that takes place well after all the arcs that we've seen in Dragon Ball, Granola and all that stuff. So we will see. But either way, a new teaser that is coming to New York Comic Con has a lot of fans hopeful that this is going to be the return of the Dragon Ball Super TV anime, and I'm here for it. I want to see that. Yeah, let's do it. Moving forward, just a quick update on something I thought was very interesting. Shuzo Oshimi, the author of Aku no Hana, aka Flowers of Evil, and Chi no Wadachi, is working on a new manga series. Now, I'm not too familiar with all of the works of this author, but I'm very familiar with the Flowers of Evil manga. It's one of my favorites of all time. It's an incredible story, and the fact that this author is coming with a new work, definitely something to keep your eyes out on, because I think I also had read, was it Happy? There was another manga or two after that I read, and both of the manga that I read, even after Flowers of Evil, were pretty freaking good. Like, don't get me wrong, Flowers of Evil was like the epitome of what I've read from this author, but this author it's great. So they're coming with a new work, new manga series. Yeah, keep your eyes peeled, because Shuzo Ishimi is that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's that guy, fam. Moving forward, the Seven Deadly Sins: Four Knights of the Apocalypse is scheduled for October 8th. The new anime that's coming, the adaptation for this stuff. The anime will be in consecutive 2 cours, so essentially it'll be roughly 24 to 25 episodes deep, and they got a visual for it. And based off the trailer, I can once again just say that the animation is in question on whether or not it's going to be the most fluid thing in the world, but the fact that they went back to 2D is definitely a step in the right direction. We know that the Seven Deadly Sins had those 3D things that they launched in Netflix, which was just kind of like, what the hell, those OVAs or movies, whatever the heck they wanted to call them. So the fact that they're going in the 2D direction again is a good thing. Let's just hope it's 2D that is closer towards like season 1 of the Seven Deadly Sins, opposed to seasons 3 and whatever after that, because that's when the animation started to go completely downhill. And from what I read of Four Knights of the Apocalypse and everything I've been told about Four Knights of the Apocalypse thereafter, it's really good. It's really good. And in fact, I want to say people have told me that this was the original story that Nakaba Suzuki wanted to write, and he ended up writing the Seven Deadly Sins as pretty much like a prequel to this story that he was originally trying to make to begin with. So that's something really dope, and this visual looks really cool too. I'm curious about is that what's his name? Is that Arthur in the background? Kind of looks like, I don't know, a more devilish looking Arthur in the back. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I read a few chapters of the beginning of the manga, and it was pretty insane. It was pretty dope. Moving forward, the Elusive Samurai new anime visual revealed. Air date 2024 by Cloverworks, which, in case you don't know, Cloverworks, I think they're involved in, I want to say, Spy Family, so they're a pretty good studio. Historical action anime set in the Kamakura period, based on an original Shonen Jump manga by the Assassination Classroom creator Yusei Matsui. And yeah, the fact that it's in Cloverworks' hands definitely makes me a little bit more like, okay, this might be something. The manga itself hasn't like exploded in popularity per se, but it definitely has a decent cult following thus far. And from what I've seen with Yusei Matsui, Assassination Classroom was pretty dope, and it seems as though, based off of all the author comments I read, that homie puts in a lot of time, effort, and thought into every chapter of this thing. So we will see the Elusive Samurai's future with the new anime visual, and in general, it's 2024 air date. And speaking of new anime incoming, but boy, this episode of FORNEVER News got a lot of really good stuff. Get ready, because Blue Exorcist fans, the Shimane Illuminati saga has just been announced for January 2024 of the anime. So pretty much the Blue Exorcist anime is going to continue on from where it left off, adapting the manga with the Shimane Illuminati saga. And yeah, I mean, I gotta catch up. I'll be honest with you, I never finished off season 2 of the Blue Exorcist anime. Again, as I've said beforehand on last week's episode of FORNEVER News, I kind of got thrown off of the fact that they retconned the entire second half of season 1. It was a little bit much for me, but maybe I might jump back in and finish off season 2 so I could check this bad boy out again. New saga, and it's January 2024, so we're gonna start off the next year very proper with Blue Exorcist. Blue Exorcist be hitting, although I want to say it's this arc is supposed to be about Shorty with the eyebrows. I don't know how I feel about that. She wasn't the most interesting to me, but we'll see. Also, I don't believe they've announced which studio is going to be handling this thing. I think it started off originally, it was, I want to say A1 Pictures did like season 1 and maybe even season 2. So I'm curious to see what studio is going to be handling this as well, because Blue Exorcist, especially season 1, looked freaking phenomenal. I would hate for it to have a drop off and kind of go downhill in quality, because the movie looked great, first season looked great, second season from what I saw looked pretty great too, but we'll see. I mean, based off the imagery I've seen thus far, Rin looks like his hair is kind of shorter, and it doesn't look like it's a far cry from the quality you would expect from Blue Exorcist, but yeah, only time will tell. As I'm actually researching, there is a studio announcement for Blue Exorcist. The studio will be animated by Studio VOLN, and the voice cast will be retained from the original anime. So original anime voice cast, but what the hell is Studio VOLN? Let's see, Studio VOLN. Let's check out what the heck this studio has done, if they've done anything solid. Okay, they did Ushio and Tora. That was a pretty good one. Not bad, not bad. But they don't really have much. They did Back Arrow. I don't know what that is. Idol Incidents and Karakuri Circus. And they did 2 movies. Garo the Fleeting Cherry Blossom. I think that was a decent one if I remember correctly. But only one I'm familiar with is Ushio and Tora. And I believe that was pretty good. But that was in collaboration with MAPPA. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird though, you know, kind of leaving the original studio that Blue Exorcist started off with, because I think, yeah, season 1 was A1 Pictures and season 2 was A1 Pictures as well. So yeah, A1 Pictures pretty much dumped Blue Exorcist for this Illuminati saga, so to speak. But yeah, Blue Exorcist, more anime by Studio VOLN. I don't know. We'll have to see when it drops. And another big one that a lot of people may or may not know of, maybe you've heard of it, Puella Magi Madoka Magica. Well, there is a new anime movie coming for Madoka Magica. It's called World Pregeese Night Rising. Anime movie trailer has been revealed for winter 2024. And this is a sequel to the anime movie Rebellion from 2013. And god damn, 2013's movie, that was 10 years ago. But I'll be honest with you, I was not a fan of Rebellion. I was a fan of the original anime of Madoka. They did readaptations of the anime for movies 1 and 2, and then tried to play it off like it was all a part of the plan for movie 3. I like the original anime. The movies wasn't really hitting for me personally. Maybe this World Pregeese Night Rising anime movie will be something, I don't know, because I kind of fell off with Madoka after that Rebellion movie was just, it wasn't hitting. It was like 30 minutes of singing about cake. Like, what are we doing here, fam? I'm a grown man, you know what I'm saying? What are we doing? Next up, we got a new key visual for Undead Unluck's TV anime. Series starts broadcast on October 6th, and this image looks sick as hell. I'll be honest with you, I feel like David Productions is going to be the savior of this title. Like, this title, it's all up to David Productions and the marketing and word of mouth if it really circulates properly, because I think that this could be huge. I think that Undead Unluck has the potential to be something great. From everything I've read and everything I've been told, the writing is just up there as like one of the really like closer to like a Hunter x Hunter type of quality writing for a shonen. And you got David Productions, same studio behind JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This, in theory, should be a hit, but only time will tell. Either way, this visual looks sick as hell. Let's freaking go. Undead Unluck. Moving forward, apparently some key staff members from the Bleach anime have been essentially getting fed up with fans, because according to this, one of them said, well, it's okay to complain, but I think you should stop giving warnings and threats of harm. As a result, key staff members may become fed up with the project and leave, leading to a decline in the quality of the work. So seemingly fans have been, usually what they do, we'll call them fans, whatever you want to call them, they sound more like demons to me, and devils of like, yo dog, why are you harassing the staff and threatening them? And fans in general need to just chill out in terms of all of these warnings and threats and whatnot, because yeah, if the head people a part of the Bleach Styles in Your Blood War anime decide, I've had enough of this project, it's too much, then you're gonna end up, you know, dropping down to getting what Studio Pierrot is classically known for at times, where, I mean, you ever seen the Boruto crying meme? Like, it could be that bad, it could get that bad, you don't want it to be that bad, so how about you just buckle up and enjoy? Because, I mean, from the Rukia Bankai episode on, I've been really digging it. The art and animation looks great, and yeah, fans need to need to relax a little bit, because obviously even this staff member is fed up with the nonsense. Moving forward, Fist of the North Star by Tetsuo Hara and Buronson is receiving a new anime adaptation project to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the series. And after this post, there was actually updates that said, yes, it is going to be basically a remake of the original Fist of the North Star anime. And I'll say about time. I've been wondering when this was going to happen for a hot minute now. Fist of the North Star is infamously a classic from back in the days. I know they've done some like smaller condensed versions of the story with updated animation. There was Fist of the Blue Sky, I think, with Raud. Like, there was a bunch of different things, but they never went back and readapted the manga, you know, with updated animation. And considering the fact that if you try to watch the old Fist of the North Star anime, it doesn't really hold up. It definitely has aged quite a bit, to the point of like, you know what I'm saying? Like Dragon Ball, that aged okay. Fist of the North Star, unfortunately, didn't age as well as some of its, you know, contemporaries, or just in general some of the anime from its time. So getting a readaptation, yeah, it seems like about right. Like, when I see stuff like this, I'd be like, okay. Like, when I look at series like, for example, Yu Yu Hakusho, as cool as it would be to get a remake of Yu Yu Hakusho, I still feel like that anime, especially if you watch the Blu-ray remasters, the quality still stands. Like, Yu Yu Hakusho still looks, to me, like phenomenal, like incredible. Does it, you know, warrant one? I mean, popularity wise, it would definitely work, but I don't feel like it's like 110% justified, and that's probably why it hasn't happened yet. But when you look at a Fist of the North Star, it's like, nah, that one could definitely use updated art and animation. It's been long enough, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at, for example, art from that era, art has changed significantly and updated and kind of moved away from that style. So now, like, okay, you know, bring it to modern times. And I definitely want to watch this one. Fist of the North Star is a classic. It's one of the things that set up a lot of what you love in shonen anime and manga today. So getting a readaptation, yeah, let's go. Let's do it. I mean, they recently started finally bringing the manga over here to the West. So I think this anime adaptation is definitely going to help to sell that manga even more. And I ain't gonna lie, I will be massively hyped to go to conventions and see people cosplaying as Fist of the North Star characters and be like, what time period are we in, dog? I'm here for it. Let's go. Also, quickly, we got an image, a promo image, I believe, for the Fist of the North Star anime. It says Buronson's classic martial art manga Fist of the North Star will be receiving new anime project to celebrate 40th anniversary, and this is a teaser visual. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be more along the lines of like the art and animation quality you saw from some of the recent OVAs and specials that they've done of it. Very detailed and whatnot, but probably even more modernized, and I can't wait for it. I'm really excited for this Fist of the North Star anime. I never really got too far into the old one because it was just a little bit too aged out for me with the quality of the art and animation. This is going to be hype. I hope they don't change a thing. Just make it, you know, modernized as far as art and animation goes, and that's it, because Fist of the North Star was fire. Next up, Invincible fans. I'm a big Invincible fan, and we got some updates here. It says Robert Kirkman says Invincible Season 2 will feel far bigger than Season 1. That's what she said. No. Robert Kirkman says Invincible Season 2 is going to feel much bigger than Season 1. The first season of Invincible, Prime Video's animated adaptation of the superhero comic by Robert Kirkman, Corey Walker, and Ryan Oatley, was packed with high-flying escapades, high school romance, and brutal beatdowns, but the season finale really pulled the rug out from under protagonist Mark Grayson with the revelation that his dad, Omni-Man, is actually not a benevolent Superman figure, but rather the advanced agent of the bloodthirsty Viltrumite Empire, who have Earth next on their list of planets to conquer. Omni-Man may have soared off into space just short of killing his son, but his shadow looms large as Mark figures out what's next. Readers of the comic know that this is where the saga of Invincible really kicks into gear. First-time viewers should buckle in because things only get bigger and better from here. I believe this is a quote from Robert Kirkman. I think Invincible Season 1 is a clear representation of what you're going to get from this show, but overall Season 2 is going to feel much bigger than Season 1, Kirkman tells EW. The overarching story of Invincible that'll continue from season to season is about the growth and change that Mark goes through as he moves from a teenager into adulthood and possibly even into old age. So in Season 2, we'll see him maturing and growing up a little bit. Kirkman adds, but also Omni-Man is gone and he could not be more essential to the survival of Earth. I think that if anything, people should be aware of the fact that not only did Omni-Man become a threat at the end of the first season, but he also revealed a larger threat in the Viltrumites themselves. The threat is going to come into play in Season 2, and Omni-Man is not not there to defend Earth, especially from his own people. That ends up being a terrifying prospect that hands over the series for a good long time. This is a major difference between Invincible and, say, the superhero universes of Marvel or DC. Even when the Avengers go into space or the Justice League interacts with the intergalactic Green Lantern Corps, Earth is always of paramount importance to those fictional galaxies. Not so in Invincible. Earth is just one of many planets in the universe and one of many targets for the rampaging Viltrumites. But there's a positive side to that too. Not everyone in space is out to conquer Earth, as we learned from friendly alien Alan Seth Rogen, who represents the UN-like coalition of planets that seeks to oppose the Viltrumite Empire. Season 2 overall represents an opening of the universe and an expansion of the universe, Kirkman says. There were hints of things that were going on in Season 1, and we're actually going to get to see those things. The coalition of planets was mentioned in Season 1. The coalition of planets is something that we're actually going to see in Season 2, and there's larger things on Earth. There are different factions, different villains, different things happening. Different heroes will also get their chance to shine alongside Mark. Even though the show is named Invincible, a special episode released earlier this year, timed to San Diego Comic-Con, focused entirely on Adam Eve, which I thought that was kind of cool. The beautiful redhead who can manipulate matter at the atomic level. Fans should know that Invincible Adam Eve is essential viewing. Adam Eve is an extremely important character to the series, Kirkman says. She becomes more and more involved in the show as we move forward, and she was a very popular character just in Season 1 alone. When you ask fans who they want to see more of, Adam Eve's usually at the top of the list, so we thought it'd be nice to give some backstory on her and have viewers understand her more. It was a perfect storm of a narrative reason, because there are a lot of things about Adam Eve's backstory that are revealed in that episode that are very important to later on in the show, and also as a fan of reason, because fans want more of the character. It was a gift to the fans to tide them over for Season 2. Honestly, I need to rewatch Season 1, and I need to watch this Adam Eve special, so that's definitely something to get done before Season 2 launches. It's been too long. Kirkman says there's a possibility more specials featuring other characters could come in the future, though he doesn't want to take too much energy away from the production of the actual show. For now, Season 2 will have plenty of material for Mark and his friends to deal with. One of the cool things about Invincible is that the same kind of all-encompassing superhero universe that you see with DC or the MCU, but it all happens in one story. So there are things that are going to be happening at the bottom of the ocean, there are things that are going to be happening on the moon and in deep space, but it all involves Invincible, and it all fits into one story. There's also going to be the same mundane day-to-day human stuff that Mark has to deal with. So a random episode of Invincible could deal with 5 different bizarre aspects of a superhero universe that you get all at once. But it also makes sense, and it also works in the context of the story because you've seen it through Mark's perspective. Kirkman continues, ultimately, what we're experiencing is Mark's life and how bizarre it is that his world and this is normal to him. But what's normal to him is entertaining to us. And I'm here for it, baby. Invincible is amazing, and I've been waiting so long for Season 2, and the fact that Kirkman is saying that this is going to be bigger and more grander, let's go. Moving forward, Shihei Lin, Deputy Editor-in-Chief at Shonen Jump Plus app. He's been the editor for Chainsaw Man, Spy Family, and Dandadan. All like, yo, this guy, give him a gold medal, dog. He's the editor of Chainsaw Man, global phenomenon, Spy Family, global phenomenon, and Dandadan, that once it gets an anime, will probably be a global phenomenon, if not at the very least a cult hit, because it's so freaking hilarious, insane, wild. It's a great one. He's been interviewed by Hobonichi. The editor revealed some interesting inner workings of the platform, which will be summarized here. The interview starts by discussing the hardships of manga deadlines and how digital platforms make it easier for authors to take breaks. Through a 3-way consultation between mangaka, editor, and editor-in-chief, series are paused without burdening printers or other people. Launching serializations also become more flexible. Instead of needing chapters to be ready in a span of a few months, series can be polished and worked over so their quality becomes better. That said, ambiguous starting dates can delay series for up to a whole year. Shihei notes that he's in charge of close to 100 mangaka like the rest of the app's editors, with 7 currently under serialization. Shihei divides the rest into 1, aiming for a series, 2, aiming for a strong one-shot, 3, training through one-shots, and 4, aiming for awards. Interesting. So let's break that down real quick. Aiming for a series. So these are the people that they're having, like, you know, they have potential, they have promise, but let's aim to get you serialized. Let's make something that they'll give you the green light for. There's aiming for a strong one shot. So those are probably the newest of people, the newest of recruits, of like, yo, let's make a really cool one shot so we can impress some people and see what the next step would be. And training through one shot. So there's people that that's probably even earlier than those people. Those are probably people that you got potential, I could see it, but we need to get you a little bit better before we actually, completely put you out into the world. And then there's 4 aiming for awards. I'd imagine those are the people that are, well, that could be a couple of different things. That could be the people that is like, yo, let's make the one shots so we could get awards so then you could get serialized. Or it could just be like, yo, you got serialized, you're up there, let's get some awards. So that's a lot. The editor's main approach to these writers is to develop a weapon that they can use to make their work appealing. He also considers manga to be cheap cost-wise, so even if it's something is a little strange, it's worth gambling on it for it to become a hit. All editors of Shonen Jump Plus app, 15 people, participate in serialization meetings, and 1, 2, or 3 people agree that the work is interesting enough, a series is decided. Lin comments every staff member is both friend and foe, competing to release hits at the same time. Both interviewers and Lin talk about the friendship, effort, victory model applied to Shonen Jump, which was never really something the magazine advocated for themselves. These, in fact, were words that readers liked and voted for in a magazine survey at the time. Lin talks about failure and how it always affects the writer more than the editor, professionally and economically. This is the reason why he always leaves the final decision to the artist when it comes to important developments in a series. I like that. I like that so much. This is why this guy wins, that he understands, yo, this is this person's future at hand. So when he's there with Tatsuki Fujimoto, when he's there with homie from Spy Family, when he's there with homie from Dandadan, he's looking at it from a different perspective entirely of, yeah, I'm going to give you all the advice possible, I'm going to give you everything, but the final decision has to come from you, because I can't have that on my conscience that I screwed everything up for you and your future's, kind of distorted, so to speak. I respect this man a lot. Lin talks about his meetings with Tatsuki Fujimoto, defining them as not necessarily special after working together for 13 years. Half of their meetings are summarized by going through what movies or books they've seen or read recently. That is a very interesting route to go. In fact, I use that when I'm creating music. When I go into the studio with the engineer, while yes, the clock is ticking of the time that we're in the studio, it's good to build with the person that you're creating with and sometimes talk about, well, how was your day? How was your week? How's life been? What's going on with you? And it kind of gets you in a mind to create, whether it be sonically, lyrically, whatever the case may be, the best possible product. So keep that in mind with whatever you're doing. If you're working with anybody, a group in unison, it's always good to get a rapport and a build with the person on a human level before you go into the creative space. It helps immensely. The whole interview is available in Japanese in 12 different parts, focusing on other different topics and questions beyond manga editing brought up throughout the interview. However, this was what was covered, and shoutouts to Shihei Lin. I can't believe that, dog. Chainsaw Man, Spy Family, and Dandadan, like, go. Moving forward, there's a new City Hunter anime, and it debuted #1, and The Boy and the Heron drops #6. That's a new movie by Hayao Miyazaki, which also, quick update in here as well. So much news. Hayao Miyazaki apparently decided he's not retiring from movie making, and he's working on his next one already. Hey, Miyazaki, he can't put down the work, and I respect that. The City Hunter franchise new anime film, City Hunter the movie, Angel Dust, ranked at #1 in its opening weekend. The film sold 210,000 tickets for about $2.21 million in its first 3 days, and I really enjoy City Hunter. I've seen a good chunk of the first season of City Hunter, and it was freaking awesome. I love it. So different from what Shonen Jump does now, like very, very mature for a Jump title. Shoutouts to City Hunter, and yeah, I just wanted to give it props that it debuted at #1, and The Boy and the Heron dropping to #6 is still dope that it made that much, and the amount of marketing dollars was 0, so big return. Moving forward, I think this would be of interest to some Dragon Ball fans. Apparently, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods Films Extended Edition will be screening in the US in theaters on October 17th to the 18th for its 10th anniversary. Toei Animation announced on Tuesday that it will screen the English dub Extended Edition of Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods film in US theaters October 17th through the 18th in commemoration of the movie's 10th anniversary. And tickets are on sale now, and high key, this is something I would love to go with my niece, nephew, and my daughter, because fun fact, if you care, my kids, like one of the first times they were, my niece and nephew, my oldest niece and my nephew, one of the first times they were ever outside at nighttime was because of me, because I took them to the Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods film, and it's one of the things that helped to make them lifetime anime fans. My niece has, at this point, probably watched more anime than me, and I've watched a lot of anime, and my nephew freaking loves anime. His favorite is One Piece, but he also digs Dragon Ball, so it would be a really, really cool thing, and I think we have have to do it for the one time to go watch Battle of Gods in theaters, and at the very least show that picture before and after, and have my princess, my 6-year-old in the front as well to show the change of the times. This is so cool. Yeah, I'm here for it, baby. Shout outs to Battle of Gods. That was the beginning of the resurgence of Dragon Ball after being dormant for so many years, from whether it be in the West after GT ended, it was a wrap, or in Japan it's been over for so many years up until Battle of Gods. Like, shout outs to Battle of Gods, and shout outs to Dragon Ball Evolution, for better or worse, because at the end of the day, because that movie sucked so bad and it gave a smear on the Dragon Ball name in the West and worldwide, that's why Toriyama was like, oh, no, you messed up my cash cow, homie. We gotta do something. Bring the anime back. Moving forward, big news. I didn't expect this one at all in terms of right now, considering the fact that Fabricant 100 just got canceled. Black Clover left Shonen Jump to go to Jump Giga, and we lost Tenmaku Cinema, the new manga from the creators of Food Wars Shokugeki no Soma. I figured, okay, they canceled 3 series. They got 3 series out of the magazine. They're going to bring in 3 series. It'll replace it. Everything will be smooth. But they, in fact, canceled another recent Shonen Jump serialization, and one that I thought looked really freaking cool art-wise. Like, the cover, like, the image you're looking at right now, hopefully on the screen, it literally looks like Sinbad from Magi when he was younger with boxing gloves. Like, how epic does that sound? But Do Retry by Jun Kirarazaka has ended this week with chapter 19. Only 19 chapters in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 42. They got him out of here. 19. I mean, I've seen them get people out with 10 chapters, but only 19. Rip. Yeah. The end of Do Retry. Hate to see it, but Shonen Jump don't play. And I hope this author can bounce back on his feet, because, goddamn, another one. You know what I'm saying? They got Tabata up out of here. He's in Jump Giga now. He's done. He escaped what he called his happy hell. Fabricant 100, they let go up to 36 chapters, got them out of here, got him out of here. Tenmaku Cinema, 21 chapters, got them out of here, the Food Wars duo. And now Jun Kirarazaka, I think a rookie Jump author. Like, wow, 19 chapters. Hopefully, homie comes back with some fire, like what, Horikoshi did all those years ago when they got rid of Sensei no Boge after only 16 chapters. Crazy. And speaking of Horikoshi, moving forward, My Hero Academia TV anime will be receiving a new special OVA to be screened on 10 limited theaters for a week from October 20th to the 26th. In addition to this new original episode from 136 to 138 will also be screened. Yet again, this is them trying to squeeze My Hero into the theaters, because I'm calling it. They did have some sort of deal. I have to remember when the rumor broke out. In case you don't, there was a rumor, massive rumor that broke out that My Hero had a 10 years 10 movies deal that they signed, and last year we had 2 OVAs that went to movie theaters, and they announced My Hero Academia the movie, which probably won't come out till next year, but they probably still contractually got to put something out in theaters this year. So we're going to be getting a new special OVA, and they're going to bunch it up with a couple of episodes and put it in theaters, because again, they probably have to meet that quota every year. They have to hit theaters somehow, some way, and then next year it will be covered with My Hero Academia the movie, the new one that they're putting out, that they posted with the Deku solo hero image. And yeah, 10 years, 10 movies. I mean, let's see. Okay, it depends on where they started with this. Like, if they just started from the very beginning, then that would mean we got about halfway of it already, because movie 1, movie 2, movie 3, the OVAs that they put in theaters, these OVAs, that'd be 5. Next year would be movie 6, technically. So they probably are about 60% if it goes dating back to that first movie. If not, we'd have a lot more. But that's probably also why Horikoshi continues to make the manga go, despite the fact that pacing feels like it's at a snail's pace for the most part over the last year. But yeah, My Hero, new OVA to be screened in theaters. Woohoo! Moving forward, a very interesting piece that I found on Twitter from an animator who has worked on Overlord, Pokemon Sun and Moon, Yurei Deko, Vinland Saga, and Bleach Brave Souls. They said, I'm Italian, working in Japan as storyboard artist and game company. I've been working on anime too. Storyboards for Pokemon Sun and Moon, Keyframes, Vinland Saga, Neverland, Overlord 2. The anime industry doesn't need to be open to foreigners. It needs proper pay, proper union, and proper education. Accepting low-rate jobs will just make everything worse. I will never stop fighting for the industry to be better, even if it means to create enemies for what I tweet. To all the people that accept ridiculous job offers on Twitter, mostly kids with absolutely no experience of anime, I blame studios studios for this, but I also blame people accepting these conditions. Sometimes you just have to say no if you really care about people in this industry. I don't even think this is a law, actually. People just accept 200 yen a drawing, even 2,500 yen per cut. It's absolutely unacceptable. And so yeah, this animator that has worked on several different things is speaking out. Unfortunately, stuff like that, while it's a big thing, I see that, I want to say he's followed by the guy from CyberConnect 2, the head of CyberConnect 2, which, yeah, you're risking it at the end of the day, but, I mean, don't get me wrong, shout-outs to homie speaking out for what is right, but at the end of the day, the anime industry is going to be the anime industry, and they're just going to be like, oh, word, you got a problem with us? You won't work with us anymore. So, salute to homie giving it a shot and speaking out for what is right. At the end of the day, being paid 250 yen for each drawing is garbage, ridiculous. So shout outs to homie speaking out, and I figured I'd highlight this for people to know moving forward. Moving forward, just wanted to give you guys an update that if you are a Shonen Jump app member, they just added to their vault, to their library, so you can read the entirety of the Yu Yu Hakusho manga. Now, I normally don't report little stories like this, but I really wanted to because Yu Yu Hakusho is, as far as anime goes, it's my favorite shonen anime of all time, period, and the manga is really freaking dope too. So, no excuses anymore for Yu Yu Hakusho. You should read it or check it out at this point, because now it is available on the Shonen Jump app, which is like, what, $2.99 a month, the steal. You get access to all of One Piece, all of Naruto, all of Bleach, now Yu Yu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter, like, it's just astronomical. And yeah, I might get my read on with Yu Yu Hakusho now that it's on there. Figured I'd share with you guys. Yu Yu Hakusho is on Shonen Jump's app now. Moving forward, Shonen Jump Plus storyboarding app World Maker Toho launched short film contest. World Maker, the storyboarding app service for Shueisha's Shonen Jump Plus imprint, launched a short film contest with film studio Toho on Wednesday. Contestants must submit their storyboards created through World Maker for a short of 10 minutes or less. The grand prize winner will receive 500,000 yen, about $3,300, cash prize, and the storyboards will be turned into live action short by Toho. Jordan Vogt Roberts, Kong Skull Island planned live action Hollywood Gundam film, oh my god, is judging the submissions alongside the editorial staff of Jump Plus. The contest will accept submissions until November 12th. World Maker launched July 12th. The app lets users, even those who can't draw, create thumbnail layouts for manga, storyboards for animation, live action shows, movies, and commercials. To create a manga's draft thumbnails in the service, the user drafts the page layouts or use the provided templates, adjusts and drops in the provided characters and other graphic elements, enters dialogue, adds effects, and then release the final results. So yeah, again, I'm not sure. I believe it's not available to people outside of Japan, but also the fact that they have homie from the planned Gundam Hollywood live action, which, I mean, that could be huge. You look at Transformers, so if they do it like Transformers, I guess that'll be huge. But yeah, there you go. World Maker is also holding the World Maker manga contest for thumbnails created with the app. The contest is accepting applications from August 1st to October 1st. The grand prize winner will get their manga drawn by Taishi Tsutsui, who did We Never Learn, for release on Jump Plus. The winner will also get $3,300 cash prize. Aside from the World Maker manga contest, Jump Plus and Netflix will co-sponsor the World Maker anime contest. So big stuff there. Moving forward, new Demon Slayer game, although I'm not sure how people are going to feel about this one. I'm kind of excited, to be honest with you. But Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Sweep the Board Switch game heads to the West in 2024. Sega announced on Wednesday it will release Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Sweep the Board, a board game style video game for Nintendo Switch in America and Europe in 2024. And from what it looks like, think like Sonic Shuffle type of game. That's kind of what it looks like, and I loved stuff like that, like a Mario Party type of game. And if it's Demon Slayer, me and all my kids is going to have a blast with that on the Switch. So yes, that is when I need that now. Up next, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the Jojolands hiatus announced. The 8th chapter of the Jojolands will arrive later this month, though fans will have to wait an additional month longer than usual for the 9th chapter to land, set to land on November 17th. Jodio and Dragona's gang seem to have their path clear now that their feline stand-wielding opponent has been defeated. With the series bringing back Kishibe Rohan into its pages, fans are anxious to see if any other JoJo's Bizarre Adventure heroes and villains will make a major comeback. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure manga has continued for decades with creator Hirohiko Araki, which Araki just being back, who cares how long he takes? Homie is in his elderly age. He's like, what, in his 60s or something, 50s, 60s? Like, yeah, let him take the break. Yeah, be grateful that you're still getting JoJo's. Just period. Be grateful. And this is probably going to be the last hurrah of JoJo's. I'd imagine he's going to make JoJo's JoJo's Part 7 through 9 a trilogy and call it a day. So be grateful. I'm sorry, be grateful. Okay, people, let's slow it down a bit and jump into the weekly Shonen Jump author comments. Yeah. We got Mama Yuyu Yoshihiko Hayashi. I hope to draw a manga that young boys will love. I'd be happy if it's something that you look forward to. I'll do my best. That's a new work. We got Blue Box Koji Miura. I went to Eve Arena Tour 2023. Kororong. It was so fun to scream at a live show. Ratata. The Elusive Samurai Yusei Matsui. I'm so sorry. I'm taking next week off. I'm running low on the extra days I built up going into the new arc. Interesting. Okay, well, probably is to help with the anime that they're launching soon. Me and Roboko Shuhei Miyazaki. Thank you so much for all the votes for the Roboko 1 Grand Prix. The ranking order was a lot of fun to play with. Akane Banashi's Takamasa Moe. I'm writing this before it aired, but I'm super looking forward to seeing the One Piece live action show. So these were author comments probably submitted. That was end of August, right? So this is probably maybe 3 or 4 weeks in advance that they submit these things. Sakamoto Days Yuto Suzuki. I messed up on the date of the assassin exhibit of the century. The correct date is 9/18. Sorry. Witch Watch Kenta Shinohara. I got a lot of use out of my French sailor pants this summer. Cool and comfortable. Jujutsu Kaisen's Gege Akutami. I stalked the local convenience stores but was unable to buy the Pikmin gummies. Sadness. You should have said, yo, I'm Gege. I'm sure they would have given you a whole box for free. Anyways, Exorcist Kota Kawaii. They're selling the Tomita chilled noodles at 7-Eleven again this year. It's now the second half of the summer. Kill Blue Tadatoshi Fujimaki, aka creator of Kuroko no Basket. I got permission for the series to take place where it is. Thank you for letting me destroy it. What? Okay. Undead Unluck's Yoshifumi Tezuka. I'm playing an Armored Core game for the first time in my life. Baltias was strong. I'm running around with twin Gatling guns. Mission Yozaku the family's Hitsuji Gandaira. Uno is creating the perfect rubber man moves with his buffed up Kirkman back muscles. Martial Master Asumi Kawada. I'm still playing Jumpudi Heroes after all this time. Add more Hinomaru characters, please. Guess that's not possible. Cypher Academy Yuji Iwasaki. I went to Leather Shoes Ken Workshop to get my feet measured. What a stylish, wonderful place. The Ichinose Family Deadly Sins by Taizen 5. Let me guess. Read the next chapter. It's out. Thank you for everyone who is assisting me. Please enjoy chapter 40. Yeah. Icehead Gills, Ikuo Hachia. I had dried herring for the first time in a while. It would go somewhere on my full course meal of life. Dried herring. Do retry Junkira Razaka. I haven't been eating healthy, so I got myself to eat delivered lunches, but I also had convenience store fried chicken. Tenmaku Cinema Shun Saeki. It was for a short time, but I loved every second of it. Thank you, Tenmaku. So sad. So freaking sad. And yeah, that was the weekly Shonen Jump. All the comments. Let's jump into the top 50 best-selling manga of the week. Courtesy of Jojo_K. Let's see, we got places 50 through 41. Oshinoko, what the hell? Who's still buying this? Volume 5 and Volume 1 at places 47 49 with 75 and 7,700 apiece, with 680 for Volume 5 and 839 for Volume 1. Getting close to that milli. Four Nights of the Apocalypse Volume 13 in 18 days, 54.3K. With that anime coming, if it does what it's supposed to do, then those numbers is going to rise because it's doing pretty decent. Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 21 still on the charts, doing 8,300 this week, 1.6 million. We got places 40 through 31 this time. Let's see here. Kingdom Volume 69 doing 8,900 with a total of 553K. Kingdom always doing numbers. Let's see here. Drifters Volume 7, 25 days, 220K with almost 10K this week. That's dope after so long that fans are still waiting for more Drifters. That's really, really cool. Bocchi the Rock Anthology Comic Volume 2 in 10 days, 26.7. Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 22 still on the charts from March 3rd. With 10.8 this week, doing a total of 1.5 mil. I think the anime is helping some of this Jujutsu Kaisen madness. Like, maybe the back volumes aren't going crazy, but the latest volume staying on the charts is because of that anime. Oshinoko Volume 12, 11.6, total 426. What else do we have here? One Piece Volume 106, 14.7 this week, almost 1.6. Not bad. Okay, we got places 20 through 11. Kaiju number 8, volume 10, in 31 days, 341K. Definitely a bit of a drop from recent times with Kaiju. Chainsaw Man in 31 days, 20 this week, bringing his total to 356K. Big stuff for Chainsaw Man. Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 23, 21.3k this week, total 1.2 million. So how much is it behind One Piece? I always like to check the stats of comparing because they both come out at the same time. So One Piece is at 1.593 and Jujutsu Kaisen is at 1.264. So it's still about 300 and something k between them, I think. Not bad. Top 10. We got the limited edition of Volume 20 of Hanako-kun in 10 days, 54k. With 26.5 this week. All right. Jojolands Part 9 still in the top 10 after 17 days with 30.3 this week, bringing his total to 202,709. Let's freaking get it. Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt Volume 22 in 5 days, 40.9. All right. Bocchi the Rock Volume 6, the standard edition in 10 days, 106k with 44.5 this week. Let's go. Hanako-kun in 10 days, 81k for the standard edition with 44.8 this week. March Comes In Like a Lion. Wow. The limited edition and the regular edition of March Comes In Like a Lion occupying both first and second spots, which not great for, like, spot 1 is like great, but everything after that is only 47k because the limited edition of March Comes In Like a Lion in 6 days did 47.9, it's almost 48k, and the regular edition in 6 days did 292k, which that's phenomenal. But yeah, noticing outside of number 1, everything else was really low this week. But yeah, almost 350,000 copies sold between the two. That's immense. Shout outs to March Comes In Like a Lion. Yeah, people, that's all I have for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'm FORNEVERWORLD, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and you guys just watched another episode of FORNEVERNEWS. Have an awesome day. Don't forget, check out The Rise of Tim Roosevelt out now.
This is for my day one. This is for my day one.
I would like to thank each and every person that has taken time to listen and provide feedback for my new album that is out right now, The Rise of Tim Roosevelt. You can listen to it on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, pretty much anywhere you get your music. You can listen to it. Link in the description below so you could go check it out for yourself. Thank you so much, and let's keep on rocking out,